guys. So, as you're already aware, in my channel there are a lot of gameplays from World of Warcraft, Witcher 3, Warhammer Total War, some other stuff. But in fact, the name Chaotic Order first came as the universe name for the book that I was writing, for all the stories that I have in my mind in order to publish them. So they all belong to Chaotic Order as a whole. So last year I published my first book, Enclave Creation, within that name, Chaotic Order, which then later I used the same name for my YouTube channel, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that. So later this year, Amazon offers now a service that allows us self-published authors to print our books and on demand, and as the someone buys them. So if someone buys them, the order will get to the printer and they will ship them to whoever bought it. So here's the first example here, Enclave Creation. So Chaotic Order Enclave Creation. It's a title of epic fantasy and action, and some small bits of science fiction, although not how do I put it, not so much an evolved science per se. So there's no futuristic stuff in there like spaceships or I don't know, some deep developed science stuff. So I'll just read you the back cover. I tried before to read the first 4 pages, but I took too damn long, and I guess that's not appropriate. Instead, I'll just leave in the description below a link to my blog where I have a lot of stuff explaining what the book's about. There are some reviews, however, a few of them. They're actually pretty positive in my opinion. And there's also a trailer, so I'll leave the link down below, and if you want to check it out, please do so. Click on the link, read what there is about to say of the book, and if you want, buy it. However, I'm sure that the book is clearly overpriced, the physical edition, because, well, that's a service. And oh, I forgot to mention something. So the book contains frames for the characters. When they talk, there are frames that show them talking instead of pointing who is talking. And I developed this method because there are a lot of scenes where there are half a dozen characters talking with each other, and it will be a pain in the ass to point out each and every time that some of them talked. One way to avoid this issue would be to develop a specific way of talking for each and every character, but then I would have to force the readers to pay extra attention to the ways of the dialogue, so that the readers would know who was talking, and that would probably cause more trouble than good. So I opted for these small frames here in order to ease the process. These are commonly seen in Japanese RPGs or RPGs in general. And I took the idea and I placed it on here, and I think that it actually helps the reader for a more enjoyable reading session. So what's there to talk about? I was talking about the book. So the physical book is clearly overpriced. I could get a deal from a traditional publisher for like half of the value. Of course, yeah, I'll still need to cover shipping costs, but nonetheless it would be a lot more cheaper. But that's the only service, that's the cheapest service that allowed me to buy just one So if I wanted to buy just one, it would cost me 100 euros or so. This one cost me 40 something with the shipping costs. So yeah, there are also some images. I'll show you the first ones that I've already shown on my blog and Facebook and whatever. So this is the main character. These two are the main characters, and this one I had not shown before. This is a piece of the environment that happens on the first chapter. So once you read it, you will see the environment and the characters in it, and you will assimilate everything that you've read on that chapter. Will be you will see, you'll make sense of the scene, you know, of what was going on and so on. So I'll just read you the back cover. So in the early stage of the universe, a sentient and powerful race found itself trapped within the confines of civil war. While countless factions were formed and thoroughly vanquished, other individuals sought to remain neutral and pursue their own objectives in the current dimension without taking sides. Sooner or later, however, everyone had to face the same question: to either oppose or to submit. The story begins with Aurindor, a brave and just warrior who wanders the immensity of the expanding universe, seeking to help the oppressed and to bring justice to the perpetrators of condemnable acts. In a similar situation like so many others, Aurindor will end up meeting one of his kind, willing to join him in the quest for justice. He had no idea, however, that such an encounter would then trigger many other adventures later on. So this is pretty generic and pretty vague as well, but if you're somewhat interested, on the link below you'll get more information, and even in the page for the Enclave creation in Amazon, you will be able to read a sample that I believe it allows you to read the first up until the first chapter, so it's like 20 or so pages, more or less. So you will have a decent idea of what the book is about. So yeah, I won't take any more of your time. I want to keep this brief. I hope at least I got your attention for it, and that at least you get to visit my blog and see what the book is about. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, so that's it for this video. I'll see you around. Bye bye.